G'day, Steve from offthegridnoz.com with Kerry. Coming home today. Yeah, Sunday, 7 days away. It's been a long week. Anyway, this video is a bit of a controversial one actually. Again, based on what I read on forums and faceplant. Thought I'd make a quick video on the difference, or how I see it, the options people have between containers. We'll call it container homes versus EPS. And actually, whilst I'm here, I'll just get down here. I'll just these guys. I actually like to make these guys my theme song as I pan around. Where been watching a bit more of Stephen and the Seagulls. Yeah, that just out of interest. That streams from the laptop. You can see my other computer. Actually been doing a bit of faceplant routing and YouTube stuff. Anyway, this video, containers versus EPS. Jess is very interested. Yes, Jess is flat out as usual. Got the fire going. It's bloody cold all day. Outside sun's trying to pop through, but yeah, what can I say? It's just taking a bit longer than usual. Ah, look at that, Kerry. No dishes. Yeah, I did the dishes. But yeah, this whole argument, well, not an argument, it's this thing I see about people who are hell-bent on buying containers. And I know if you, look, don't bag me, if you like containers, if you've got a inherent urge to do a container home, that's all very well. And that's good. That's good. As I say, that's good. But I don't see value in containers, and I'd like to point out another couple of points to do with container homes versus assembling your own EPS. And this is from the basics. When you buy a container, you get a 30-foot box or a 40-foot box or whatever, a beat up sheet metal box, and that sheet metal box is going to take, and a lot of people buy containers because they think they haven't got the skills to build. Okay, we'll start from that. What you're buying is a sheet metal box that to line out and fit out is going to take all those skills that you think you're trying to dodge. That's the first point. You can buy a container, you know, an absolute beat up one for about $2 grand, or you can buy a reasonable one for about $3.5. You can buy a real good one for about $5. 40 foot I'm talking. Now I know, like, people are going to go, oh, I got mine for free. Well, freaking kumbaya, you know the story, you know the drill. If you got your container for free, well, that's a bloody good thing, and maybe you should build that out. But I see a lot of posts about, especially ladies who don't think they've got the skill or the strength to build. And this is the argument for EPS as well. Aside from EPS being a building material that's very light to use, easy to cut, it takes very few skill, you can build a 40-foot EPS box. If you're looking to buy a container, you're buying a box. That box does not dodge a few basics. A couple of the basics would be foundation or footings or concrete blocks, steel piers, poles, whatever you're going to stick that container on. Okay, now you're going to tell me, oh, you just chuck them on the dirt. Okay, well, throw your container on the dirt. If you're putting something below your container, well, you will have to put something below an EPS box. Right? We getting the drift here? Now, EPS panels come in easy to handle pieces that slot together with a few pop rivets, right? It's no freaking rocket scientry. You gotta love these guys. I'd like to use them as theme song, but I'll probably get into trouble. I've been listening to them this morning. I'll pan around here. I haven't just been thinking about containers. I'm still working on Kerry's library. And yeah, I know. Doesn't look like a library yet, but it's getting there. Anyway, that's another story. I digress. Also built out of EPS. So, a lot of ladies, yes, as I said, they have this thing about thinking they can't build because timber's heavy, you know, all the technical stuff to do with building. This stuff is all in pre-sized panels, slot together, few pop rivets. So if you are comparing it with, say, a container, well, your container is just a box, all right? I could give you a materials list for an EPS container sized home in about 3 seconds flat. And yeah, all right, an EPS box, you can build them in 50 mil, you can build them in 75 mil, you can build them in 100 mil. This whole place is built in 100 mil basically, bit of 75 mil. The cost will vary from about 5 grand to about 6.5 grand for the same size, right? And that'll be delivered to your site and you've got to assemble it. Okay, so it takes some effort. Refer back to my videos about how much effort it takes. Ladies or people who with no skills could put these things together standing on their bloody head, fair dinkum. So you could buy your container that might cost you, 4 grand. Maybe 4.5 grand delivered for a decent one, all right, a decent one. Or you can spend 6 and you know what you get? You get finished, pre-painted, pre-insulated walls. Externally clad, internally painted, internally insulated, done. Done. That is added value. Oh, thunderstruck. Oh, look. I digress. Have you ever watched this Stephen and the Seagulls? I tell you, this Thunderstruck's a really good track. Anyway, you probably hear it in the background. But yeah, what you get for your 6 grand in an EPS container, as I will start to refer to it as, is a finished, painted, insulated. You can hang, see the artwork? You can hang it straight on the damn panels once you've hung them up. Drop the roof on it if you're only building a box. Hang your artwork. No stud work, no insulation, no paint, no frickin' nothing. For like 6 grand, 6.5 grand. So why the hell would you spend 3 grand to get a container on site that's a sheet metal box? Probably half beaten up, with no insulation, no paint, no nothing. Still has to have the footings put under it. So, you don't get out of the basic stuff, which is you've got to put some blocks on the ground. This whole place is sitting on blocks. Just sitting on concrete blocks. Nothing fancy. So, EPS container build as opposed to container buy. My argument again, like I said, is for the ladies especially. You see, a lot of ladies haven't got the strength. These panels, a 2.4 panel, which is a wall, a lady could stand up. 2 ladies could do it on their ear. If you can use a drill and a pop rivet gun, and if you're building a box, if we're getting back to just the straight comparison, you can buy these panels in 2.4, 3 metre, 6 metre, whatever length you want. So you buy your panels pre-cut. 2.4 for walls, build a 3 metre wide one, a 2 metre high EPS 75 mil wall, 75 mil roof, 3 metres wide. That's 2.4 high, 3 metres wide, and 40 foot long is going to run you about 6.5 grand. That's it. Rivet the bloody thing together. You barely need a pair of snips, for God's sake. Rivet it together, throw it on your foundation that you would have had to put down for your container, and you don't have to lift a paintbrush. You can bolt the bloody TV to the wall, put the artwork up, stand your fire in, and you're gone, you're done. So, why spend that money on a container? Why blow that cash just because this big truck comes along and goes, oh, plonk, oh, I've got my container home here. It's a tin shed. It's not even a tin shed. A good, well-built tin shed is better. I'd like people to think a little bit more, and this is the whole purpose of this short video. I'd like people to think a little bit more about options as opposed to buying a container. Containers seem too easy, but they're not. Plenty of videos on YouTube. One guy did 2 40-foot containers, ran him 80,000 bucks to fit it out. Alright, it depends on what you fit it out with. But this stuff is finished, lined, insulated. Clad the outside with old weatherboards, clad it with whatever you want, dress it up like a gypsy van, whatever. It's finished, stand up, few pop rivets, lay the roof on top with a bit of sealer, pop rivets, bang, done. 6.5 grand. Ladies could do it. Get someone in to drop your concrete blocks down, then lay all your panels down. And this 6.5 grand I'm talking about for an EPS box, the same size of a container, by the way, is with this floor is insulated. It's a 50mm thick EPS floor. So, you know, I don't know how many containers you've looked at, but none of them come with an insulated floor. So yeah, quick video. EPS panel versus container. And I'm going to stop this relatively short. I've got plenty of things to do. I've turned, as I said, as I pan around. And see, like I've said, and I know, repetition. These benches that we built here, all out of the EPS scraps, alright? They look alright, tiles on top. There's lots of things. I've said this before and I've done videos on it. You can cut windows into it. EPS is the same as the container. But when you cut a window hole into EPS, it's finished line. You just got to arc it off or trim it off with a bit of aluminium trim and your window's in the hole. You know, you can cut holes in this stuff just the same as a container. That sliding door there ran about 600 bucks. I kid you not. It's bloody 8 foot wide, double glazed. The windows and accessories that come with this stuff are amazing. If you want to look at the suppliers, they've got lots of good suppliers, they've got lots of accessories. So panning around, bay window, build out EPS, as I said before. This stuff is amazing. Compared with a container, what you get for your container money and the trouble. Don't forget, when you look at your container, don't think that it's just, oh bang, it's on the block and sitting on your foundations that you had prepared. And oh, you've got your home. You've got all of the orthodox skills required to line, fit, frame, cut, everything, insulate. That container is just a sheet metal box. Build your sheet metal box, my argument is, out of EPS. Alright? 50mm, 75mm, 100mm. This is all done out of 100mm. I had a few bucks. This whole place, I'll repeat it again, 10 metres by 11 metres. It's bloody near 11 squares, 11 building squares. It's not a small place. 25 grand. Fucking painted. Oh, I said it. Excuse me. Painted. Finished. Painted. Clicked together. You don't have to build a big house like this. This had complicated angles and stuff. But if compared with a container, if you only want to build a box, and the beauty of EPS, like containers, is you can modular build. Build your small first container sized EPS box, and then add other boxes to it. Hey, it ain't bloody rocket science. And you can run L shape, T shape, H shape, you can do whatever you want. Add them as you go. But you'll stand those panels up, click them together, cut a hole in them to put a window in, cut a hole in them to put a door in, or whatever the hell you're doing. And when you've done that, you don't have to lift a paintbrush. Okay? Can't emphasise that enough. No going down buying bags of insulation. Nothing. So yeah, alright. I'm going to leave it much at that. I've actually turned the library area into a bombshell. If Kerry sees that cabinet with all these tools on, she's going to kill me. But she's not home tonight, so I can do what I want. So yeah, build a library, build a house, or build a container. Build it out of EPS. And bolt 3 kilowatt of power down and do whatever the hell you want. You don't need 10 kilowatt. Couldn't help myself. Anyway, on a chilly July Sunday, I'm going to leave it at that. Buy your container, 3 grand, get it dropped on site with delivery, whatever, and then deal with all the issues that come with it. Or have a bloody good look at EPS panels. I've got outside pole construction. The shed is orthodox timber frame construction. The flat we've got out the back is timber orthodox frame. I'm only new to this EPS myself, but I'm a builder, so I understand money, value, bang for buck, ease of construction. I am really squared away on that. This stuff for the ladies especially, or people with low skills, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look at it hard before you shell out that money for a beat up tin box. Unless of course, like I said, it's fine if you want to build a container home because you have just the urge to do it. Hey, I'm a good one for following my urges. I commend you. But if you have doubts or reservations or low skills or low budget and you don't like fucking I said it again, don't like painting, well, Have a good look at EPS, alright? That's all I'm going to say. Stephen Carey from offthegridknowledge.com. Again, subscribe and like and share. Hey, gets the information out to other people. And I've got to get back to trying to clean up this bombshell here before Kerry gets home tonight. I don't think I've got much chance, but you know. And even that, see, old windows cut into it. Old recycled windows. EPS doesn't stop you from doing anything, alright? We've got 100-year-old windows there. We've got a couple of them scattered through the place. Even our little bathroom in there, I'll pan in there. Nice modern basins, built into EPS framework. Excuse the mess. Anyway, that's it. Cheers from me. Hope your day was good. Hope it was positive. Hope you're thinking in the right direction. I hope you've decided to make the jump. If skills and money are stopping you, think about EPS. Think about containers. Look at the both. I'm not suggesting you don't look at containers. Do some good math. Do some really hard looking at the math behind both systems. And if you want information, you can catch me on offthegridknowledge.com via the contact form. Shoot me a faceplant message or jump on the SpewTube. We're scattered all over the place. That's it. I gotta get back to work. Cheers from Steve. Cheers from Jess, who is still down there. Oh, hiding behind the fire. Do you believe that? That dog, I tell you, she loves that fire. She'd sit on it if she could. And I'm going to listen to some more Stephen and the Seagulls. And finish, or not finish, but do a bit more work on the library. That's it, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Containers versus EPS containers. An EPS container build. That's the whole message in this video. And we'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Bye.